This may look like a typical American neighborhood, but this is Yangmingshan in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. Once home to American military officers and their families, there are some 200 houses here, now occupied by Taiwanese residents. Beyond the facade, its history is quickly being forgotten.
Formosa, marching troops on the island fortress of nationalist China.
After World War II, the United States stationed troops in Taiwan, an effort to back the Kuomintang, or KMT, Chinese nationalists who fled to the island after losing the Civil War to the Communist Party. The KMT ruled Taiwan as a Republic of China for 50 years, hoping to eventually reclaim the mainland.
So from the period of roughly 1949 to 1965, Taiwan received around $3 billion of US aid in total. About half of that went to the military. The United States' interest in containing communism became its primary goal in East Asia and in Asia more broadly.
In 1972, to fracture the growing Communist Party of the Soviet Union, US President Nixon visited mainland China. This led to the US establishing formal ties with Beijing and severing relations with Taipei, pulling out its troops in 1979. This is one of the most iconic bridges here in Taipei. First built in 1964, it's named after American war hero General Douglas MacArthur. It's a reminder of the good relationship between the KMT government and the United States. Despite cutting ties, the US maintained a presence in Taiwan and continued to sell weapons to the military. But relations with the ruling KMT soured, and the party's military leaders espoused closer ties with China on the grounds of a shared cultural identity. There were history classes and lessons in Mandarin, though people spoke Hokkien, and even after martial law was lifted, the KMT began to be seen as too pro-China.
Number one, too many KMT members who are business persons making money in China. The other one is that some supporters are empathetic with China because of their national identity.
Eventually, the KMT lost elections to the Democratic Progressive Party, or the DPP, which espoused a distinct Taiwanese identity and favors relations with the US.
We are the party pro-US.
The head of the KMT has been trying to regain voter confidence by renewing ties with the US and recently opening a party office in Washington, D.C. But young Taiwanese are not looking to define themselves or their leadership by where they stand on China and the US, wanting to determine their own identity and their own future.
他不是保证说对台湾会保证我们的国家主权吗？但是怎么好像拜登上任之后又有一点摇摆不定的感觉。
I don't know in the future if we change a party, we change a leader of Taiwan. I don't know if this kind of relationship will ruin or change.
Recently, Beijing has stepped up its threat to take Taiwan by force, sending military planes into Taipei's air defense zone. The US maintains diplomatic relations with Beijing and has stated it would not intervene militarily, but President Biden has suggested he would not stand by should Taiwan be attacked. For Taiwan's youth, defending the island's sovereignty is paramount. So should these houses again be filled with American troops, they're likely to face little resistance from the new generation of voters. Kama Xu and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.